Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Steve from GraphicDesignerTips.com. Glad to be back for another video. I know I haven't been around for a couple of weeks, but I just had a baby boy 2 weeks ago tomorrow, and it's been the most amazing 2 weeks of my entire existence. So I'm pumped to be back, working, of course, making vids, doing my blog, and all that good stuff. So today's topic is that this is actually the first part in a three-part series that's going to be coming out throughout this week. That is probably one of the most important as a graphic designer when it comes to the business aspect. And this is really for freelance designers, but it's pricing is going to be this video. The second video is going to be proposals, and the third video is going to be contracts. So I've been getting tons of inquiries on contracts, and I'm going to let you know on all three of these videos based on my experience within the last couple of years, and on how I do things and what I've learned from other people. So, everybody does stuff a little bit differently. Trust me, there's no black and white way in this industry of doing something, which is why it's so cool, because you can make it your own. It's your business. Do whatever you want to do with your business. Okay, so when it comes to pricing, it really doesn't matter if you're a new graphic designer or you've been doing this for a number of years, because I have been doing this for a number of years now. And I would say only up until about a year and a half ago, I was able to finally set my pricing and say, this is it, take it or leave it. It takes a little while to get to that point because we're all trying to establish ourselves, build our name. So there's two things really that, in my mind, that you really don't want to happen when you're giving a price. The first one is you don't want to overcharge somebody, especially in the beginning. Say you just set your business up, you got a DBA, you got checks with your name on it, business name, you got your logo, you design a website, you're all ready to go, and then all of a sudden somebody calls you, a friend or family member, they refer you to somebody for your first job. You don't want to overcharge somebody, although you want to make a couple bucks. Absolutely. You've gone to school, you worked your tail off to open your business, you deserve to make some money on it. So, like I said, you don't want to overcharge people. Number one, because you will then lose that business, and it'll be the regret, or, oh, if I just came in a little bit lower, or whatever. So the other thing that you don't want to happen is you don't want to undercharge somebody, because if you undercharge somebody, then you're going to note it. You're going to know it when the project starts. You may not know it at first. This is a feeling out thing. You're just starting your business. You're going to start your project and you're going to realize, wow, I didn't realize how much was involved in this, and you totally undercharge them. So it's going to keep you up at night. It keeps me up at night. I mean, if you're just starting when you're just starting your graphic design company, I remember years back, I would take anything, and whether I was undercharging or overcharging, well, undercharging them, I was happy no matter what. So those are the two things that, scenarios you really don't want to happen. You kind of just want to feel comfortable with your service that you're giving them and the price that you're getting for it. Now remember, people are paying for your expertise. You really need to focus on that, because whether you went to school or not, all right, like they said, there's so many outlets on the internet to learn. You have invested a lot of time to be good at your craft. So just like when you walk into a doctor's office and you're in there for 5 minutes, you pay a $30 copay. Hopefully you have good health insurance, and the doctor makes $200-300, and all they did was write you out a paper and send you on your way. Most of the times it doesn't even seem like they give a crap about you. But anyway, you're paying for their expertise. Same deal here. Yes, there's millions and millions of graphic designers in the world, and everybody does stuff differently at a different level. Beginners and more advanced people. But where do you feel like you are? If you feel like you're a beginner designer and you are able to start taking on clients, you might want to have your rates be a touch lower for a little bit until you start to establish business, and then through that business you'll get referrals. Then in the long run, you will be able to up your prices, because you have work coming in and you have some credibility and you have a website on the internet, so you're able to now step to that other level. I know we're all anxious in the beginning to just jump out and be this huge company and start getting all this work, but you have no credibility in the beginning. None of us do. So it takes a lot of time to build that up. When it comes to pricing, there's really three things that you want to have. The first thing is you want to have a project price, okay? So whether you're designing a business card, a logo, a letterhead, a brochure, a website, have a project price. Also, you can make bundle prices. So like, for instance, I have a bundle that I do a logo, I do somebody's business card, their letterhead, and their envelope. That is their basic business material because they're going to need this stuff to do business. Any business is going to need this stuff. So, think about bundling certain things and offering different pricing based on that. The next type of price you need to determine is an hourly rate. So, whether it's $30 or it's $100, you need to establish that pretty quickly because that's going to need to be in your contracts later. But that hourly rate is going to help you determine your project prices, which is what I just spoke about, the first type of price. So you need to figure out your hourly rate is basically your costs plus the profit that you want to make in there. So you need to figure out your costs. What is it costing you? Are you going to be traveling with clients? Do you have overhead? Do you have supplies that you need to get? Stock photos, time you actually spend on the project. You need to figure that all up in advance. Don't I would personally say don't bill people for, oh, I'll tell you how many hours it's going to be later. That's why you want to have a project price. You don't want to have, surprises, because the client's going to be pissed off if he's thinking, oh, it's going to be some small project, and then, you give him a 10-hour bill. So you need to have an hourly rate. The hourly rate is really determined by you. Where do you feel like you are? Like I spoke earlier about expertise, what level do you feel at? If you're starting as a designer, you can start lower. And then, like I said, as you grow in your graphic design business and your technical skills and your business skills and all that stuff, you can up that price. As you build your portfolio and as you gain more referrals, you'll be able to, continue to go up as long as you want to. So that is project pricing, hourly pricing, and the last price is the most simplest price. It's your default or minimum charge. If you have, if somebody comes back to you, you need to really charge you got to charge in most cases for everything. You don't want to nickel and dime people. If you have a really good client and they just want a really quick change on something, sometimes I just let that slide. I'm no big deal because you want to throw them a bone every once in a while. That's what good relationships do over time. In the beginning, don't do that with anybody because you're not going to establish anything. What you're going to establish with them is the fact that you're going to do work for free, which is one of my most popular videos. You could check it out up here, and it's something you definitely do not want to be doing. So figure out your minimum charge. So whether it be $20, $30, I would say try to not make it what your hourly charge is because something might take you 20 minutes, a half hour, and like I said, throw them a little bit of a bone. So what you could do with some clients is if you're going to be constantly doing little things here and there, say you have like a screen printer as a client or a screen printer hires you, they're going to throw stuff at you every week, little projects here and there, $10, $20, $30 projects. Instead of sending them 10 bills of $10, why don't you wait till the end of the month and then send them one bill with 10 items on it? So those are the three types of pricings that you want to know as a graphic designer. And now the last thing I want to wrap up with is referrals. I'm going to do a whole video on this eventually, but in the beginning, like I said, you want to think about your pricing and you want to make money. You went to school, you got all this equipment, you bought a nice computer, you want to make money now because you have talent. And in time, you'll be able to up your prices. And that'll be based off of how much work you get. And with the power of the internet, you can get so much referrals, through good quality work, and that's what you want to eventually establish. Like I always say, I don't pay for advertising. I refuse to. I never will pay, top dollar for advertising. Everything we pay for is advertising in a sense. I'm paying electricity to have this camera rolling right now, but it's referrals. That's what's going to grow your business over time, and then you're going to be able to up your pricing, make new project prices. Pricing is an evolving thing. I have set my pricing many times and then have changed it over times. I've lowered some things and made some things higher. It just depends on where I feel like I'm at in my career. So that's it on the pricing talk. I know I ramble on a lot, but I just, I don't want to just say this is this, 1 minute video and boom. I just want to really, speak to you all. And just because I'm just a regular dude, and through my own experiences, this is what I've been able to, learn and grow a nice little business here. So that's it. I'm Steve from graphicdesignertips.com. This is the first video of the 3 series. The next one's going to be proposals, and the third one's going to be contracts. So all good stuff here. The proposals kind of ties really into the pricing. How do you submit pricing to people? So stay tuned for that one. Click this button right here to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss those 2 videos or the other 200 I'm planning on putting out in the next year or so. And that's it, everybody. Have a great night. Talk to you soon. Peace.